From the Weather NorCal Command Center, this is your Evening Update.
Good evening, everyone. Let's tell you about the free app. This is something that if you don't have it downloaded on your iPhone or your Android, you got to do it, right? Here's the reason why. There are a lot of apps out there, but what I like about this app is that I'm operating it, I'm in charge of it, and its focus is on our local weather. Northern California, if you Google it, it mentions the Bay Area, it mentions Sacramento, but we all know that there is a Northern California north of that, and that's where we are. And that's what this app focuses on. Northern California, that we know it, okay? Now, it has everything Weather NorCal has to offer. The latest forecast updates for both the North State and the North Coast. It has access to the 24-hour streaming channel. You have access to your neighborhood forecast. You can see right there. Hourly forecast, 7-day forecast, special programming such as Turtle Bay's Wonderful World of Animals, Pet of the Week. It's all there on your mobile phone. All you got to do is go to the App Store and iPhone or the Google Play Store for the Android, search for Weather NorCal, and download the app for free. And finally get your local forecast that's dedicated to us here locally. All right, let's take a look at the forecast here. No big changes through the weekend. Mini heat wave though after today. Temperatures are going to increase a bit. We'll take a closer look at that here in a second. And then rain this weekend, next week, not out of the question. It's beginning to look like we're seeing some bigger changes toward the end of this upcoming weekend and beginning of next week. Now, you look at the hour-by-hour forecast. It's got fog here, maybe even some haze, even in the morning hours for inland, but that should dissipate pretty rapidly through the morning and afternoon hours. Low 90s. It's warming up again. We saw temperatures drop a bit today, but they're going back up again starting Wednesday, and they're going to really increase by the time we get to Thursday, which, again, we'll get into that in a second. Temperatures low 90s for places like Trinity County. Could see some of that smoke and haze in the morning hours, but that should dissipate here. Tomorrow morning it should dissipate as well. All right, here's what we have. All these storms just kind of riding to our north, not having much, if any, impact on us. And that's going to be the case over the next several days. I think we're still going to have a hard time clearing out for some of us along the coast tomorrow, but still some clearing in other areas. Lots of sunshine inland, and not to mention for Trinity County. All right, let's go ahead and take you into Thursday. Actually, more clearing, it looks like, for the coast. And of course, plenty of sunshine inland and for Trinity County as well. All right, the long range. This is where things get a little bit more interesting. Now, for Saturday, it's off to the east. Looks like the north coast is dry. Sunday, still looking dry for us. But by Monday, we've got a classic kind of tail end of a cold front moving through. This is the weakest part of the storm, but it's strong enough usually to bring rain to the coast and rain to the inland areas and sometimes even Trinity County. But by the time it does hit the mountains, these weak systems break apart and the valley doesn't see any rain, but sometimes it can sustain itself. And by Tuesday morning, still could be looking at some rain off to the eastern mountains. And then by Tuesday afternoon, it's dry for everyone. Now, the timing, the intensity, all of this is going to change. Every single day, you look at this forecast. I'm giving you the updates here for this weekend and upcoming next week. We're going to be talking about the potential for rain, but the timing, the overall intensity of it all, it's all going to change every day. So, bottom line, outdoor plans starting this weekend, going into next week. Be aware that you could possibly deal with some showers at this point. Temperature-wise, all right, here's the peak of the heat wave. It's Thursday. There it is right there. Temperatures start to drop again. Now, this is for Trinity County that we're looking at, for Weaverville in particular. Some of the inland areas, like Hoopa, for example, you could possibly touch 100 degrees here by Thursday. But for now, we'll keep in the upper 90s. Your wave heights weren't that bad today, but they're really starting to increase. So be aware of the fact that if you have to be on your boat, the wave heights for tomorrow will be around 8 to 9 feet, which is higher than they were today. Here's your marine forecast for tomorrow. Winds from the north at 5 to 10 knots. Your waves from the northwest is 6 feet at 7 seconds. Your high tide will be shortly before 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and your low tide at 5:57 p.m. There are no advisories for the immediate coast. All right, tonight, temperatures dropping down to the 40s for Trinity County, low 50s for the inland areas, and mid to upper 50s out along the coast. And tomorrow, I think almost everyone, at least for the inland areas, should at least be in 90 degrees, with the exception of places like Ruth at about 86, but 92 for Hoopa, 94 in Willow Creek, 91 for Garberville, upper 60s for the coast. When we look at that 7-day outlook, you see what I'm talking about, because we could quite possibly see 70, Some forecast models bring it up to 75 on Thursday. I think that's overdoing it, but you get the idea. It's warming up on Thursday, even for the coast. Look at that, 99. We're splitting hairs for Hoopa on Thursday. So could you see 100? Yeah, not out of the question, but I think more like the mid-90s for Weaverville. All right, so it's dry through the weekend. I've got everyone with a chance for showers, at least a chance for now. We may see some activity eventually over the weekend. We may see some activity even Tuesday, Wednesday of next week. But for now, best chances look to be on Monday. Just note that we're beginning to see some overall changes in our pattern, and wet weather could be a part of that, not to mention the cooler temperatures. Here's a look at your 7-day outlook for Eureka. We've got the chance for showers as well on Monday, with temperatures dropping down after Friday in the low to mid 60s.